Are you having a hard time finding a good rental property? I'm going to show you how to sniff out deals just like a good hunting dog. Who am I? I'm Bud Evans. I'm a retired police officer with 13 years of service and a retired U.S. Air Force military officer with over 35 years of service total. I previously served as the mayor of Cinnamints in New Jersey. Currently, I'm a New Jersey licensed real estate agent and investor. I focus on single-family homes and smaller multifamily properties in the New Jersey suburbs of Philly, the Cleveland suburbs, and the suburbs of Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. I was a real estate investment coach for Tariq Al Musa, and now I help others through my own military and first responder-oriented rental property program. I teach the Burr method, commercial multifamily analysis, property management, and a couple of creative finance programs like Velocity and Infinite Banking. As of this date, I've helped a bunch of people get into the real estate market through rental properties, and I started a low-cost property management company to help other investors in my area manage properties without losing their hard-earned income. I currently own a bunch of companies and portfolios, a property management company, and no kidding, a hair salon. So if you're ready to dive into real estate, but you're wondering, hey bud, how do I even get started? How the heck do I even know if a rental property is a great deal or just another money pit? Well, today I'm going to break it down for you step by step. Whether you're buying your first rental or you're looking to expand your portfolio, knowing how to analyze a deal is the key to making good money in this game. So before we jump in, if you're serious about mastering real estate investing, do me a favor, make sure to hit the like button and subscribe to the channel. I drop real estate tips every week so that I can help you build your wealth one property at a time. All that being said, let me get into it. First up is the 1% rule. This is a guide. It is not a hard and fast rule. It's a quick, down and dirty way to see if a property is even worth your time. And this is how it works. If a rental property can generate at least 1% of the purchase price in monthly rent, you might have a solid deal. For example, if the all-in cost of a property is $200,000, it should rent for at least $2,000 per month. Now that's your purchase price, your rehab, and all your holding costs plus your closing costs. The rule isn't perfect, but it's a great starting point. It helps you filter out overpriced properties that aren't going to cash flow very well. And trust me, there are a lot of those out there. The 1% rule is a decent start, but real success in investing comes down to the cash flow. That's the money that's left over after all of your expenses are paid. So these are the things you need to consider when you're calculating your cash flow. Number one, first and foremost, is your mortgage payment. This is just your principal and interest. Property taxes are next, and these can sneak up on you, so don't underestimate those. Insurance, landlord policies aren't cheap, so make sure you budget accordingly. Find yourself a broker that you can trust. Maintenance and repairs, a good rule of thumb is setting aside at least 10% of the rent for future repairs. No tenant stays forever, so we have to accommodate vacancy allowance, 5 to 8% of the rent for vacancy. And then property management fees. If you plan to be hands-off and budget around 8 to 10% of the monthly rent. If you're doing it yourself, pay yourself. Once you subtract all of those expenses from your rental income, what's left is your cash flow. Don't forget about utilities if you're paying them. If you're in the green with a few $100 per month, that's a decent sign you got a solid deal. If not, move on to the next one. You can fix up a property, but you can't fix the neighborhood. So you want to make sure that your great rental property starts with a great location. So what are we looking for? Job growth. More jobs means more demand for housing. Check out local employment rates and major employers that are moving into the area. You can check that out on city-data.com or just use Google. Population growth. Are more people moving in than out? Well, that's a pretty good sign. School districts. Check out niche.com to find good schools that attract long-term tenants. Crime rates. Check out heat maps. Nobody wants to live in a high crime area. Do your homework. Make sure that you have proximity to amenities. Tenants love being close to grocery stores, parks, and especially public transportation. Drive around the neighborhood a few times a day, different times, talk to neighbors, and research online. A bad neighborhood can turn a seemingly good deal into a nightmare. Become a subject matter expert in that particular neighborhood. Now, before pulling the trigger on your property, you're going to need to know if the rental income projections are realistic. This is where comps or comparative rental analysis comes in. You can use online platforms, the standards, right? Zillow, Redfin, Rentometer, all of those. Craigslist even has some, and Facebook Marketplace to see what your comps are in the area. You can also check out HUDuser.gov for the fair market rent established by HUD. Check out similar properties in the same area and see what they're renting for. Don't just trust what the seller agent tells you. Do your own homework. If you overestimate your rent, your cash flow numbers are going to fall apart. A deal might look great on paper, but if the property needs a ton of repair, it can eat up your profits. So before buying, bring in a trusted contractor or an inspector to evaluate Bud's Big Six. So these are the 6 things that I look at that are going to be a huge expense. First is roof. The replacement could be a big expense. Next is windows, $400 to $500 per shot. It can add up quickly. Foundation can turn a good deal into a money pit. And then last, MEPs, mechanicals, electric, and plumbing. So HVAC, heating and cooling systems aren't cheap, and plumbing, outdated systems can be a huge headache. You also want to make sure that they're put together right. A lot of new investors fall in love with a fixer-upper without fully understanding how much time and money it takes to bring it up to rental standard. Always budget for unexpected expenses because guess what? Life happens. This will happen. Let's talk about about the math. This is how I calculate ROI and cash on cash return. You're not just buying into a rental. You're investing in an income producing asset that pays you month after month. And like any investment, you need to know your ROI, or return on investment, and your cash on cash return. ROI formula, guys, I'm not going to lie to you. I use an Excel spreadsheet for this. It is net income divided by the purchase price times 100. And your cash on cash return is your annual cash flow divided by cash invested times 100. So if you invest $40,000 of your own cash into a deal and it generates $8,000 annually, your cash on cash return is 20%, which isn't bad. A good rule of thumb is to aim for at least 8 to 12% cash on cash return to make the investment worthwhile. Anything above that, you're really sitting pretty. Most of my deals are currently coming from agents off the MLS, so networking with agents is huge. But sometimes the best deals aren't found on Zillow or the MLS. They're off-market deals, but finding them takes a bit of hustle. So here are some tried and true methods. Hey, do you need help running your business? I don't know what I would do without my executive assistant. Get outsourced solutions for every need by visiting Reba Global. Check them out now and get help for just about every aspect of your business today. From marketing through property management and even administrative virtual assistants. Check out Reba Global. The link is in the show notes. First, direct mail. My friend Jen Josie uses this, and she's very successful with it. Send letters to absentee owners or distressed sellers. Network with agents and wholesalers. They often have the off-market properties before they hit the MLS. You can go out and drive for dollars using something like Deal Machine, where you can look for rundown properties with overgrown lawns and mailboxes that are overstuffed. You can look on social media, where real estate investor groups often have leads posted by other investors. They're probably wholesalers. You can use them too. And while MLS listings can offer you good deals, you're usually facing stiffer competition. If you want to get the best deals, you have to be willing to dig a little deeper. One of the biggest mistakes that new investors make is getting emotionally attached to a property. Remember, real estate investing is a numbers game. It is not an emotional decision. Take all emotion out of it. Trust me, you'll be happier. You're going to want to set clear criteria and stick to it. If the numbers don't work, walk away. There's always going to be another deal. Letting your emotions guide your decisions can lead you to overpaying and reduced profits. Finally, real estate is a team sport, so don't go at it alone. Learn from other investors who've been in the game longer than you, whether it's through local REIAs or real estate investment associations, meetups, online forums, or mentorship programs. Surrounding yourself with experienced investors can save you from costly mistakes. Whether it's me or not, it doesn't matter. I have a coach. Go find a coach. I did it. It worked for me, and it still works for me, and it works for my students. Getting into these groups and hearing about other people's successes and failures gives you a real-world perspective on what worked and what doesn't work in different markets. All right, so we've gone over a few things, so now you know how to spot a great rental property deal like a pro. From using the 1% rule to analyzing cash flow and location, you got the tools to make some smart investment decisions. Hey, if you found this video helpful, do me a favor, hit the like button and subscribe. Drop a comment below with your biggest takeaway. And remember, finding a great deal isn't luck. It's about having the right knowledge and doing the right work, because luck is where opportunity meets preparation. Happy investing. I'll see you until the next video. Aim high. Are you a veteran or first responder and you're ready to start your journey into financial freedom through real estate investing? Visit budevans.com and sign up for a free strategy session today. Whether you're looking to wholesale or flip properties or do what I did and build a passive income portfolio, I'll help you create a customized plan to achieve your goals. Don't wait. Take action now and unlock your potential for success in real estate. Let's turn your dreams of financial freedom into reality. Head to budevans.com and schedule your strategy session now.